Let's each say something that we're grateful for that black people have contributed to American culture.
Is this dude joking right now?
No. Hey, look, I'll go first. I'm grateful that black people gave us rock and roll music. Leonard Skinner, ZZ Top, 38 Special, all those guys owe everything to black American folk and blues musicians. I mean, they wouldn't exist without them. And then white redneck music would just sound like, well, what it sounded like before black people, which was the wet, sloppy sounds of fucking your sister. Okay, so that's my turn. Which one of you dumb sister fucking tiki torch carrying sloths from the Goonies looking pieces of shit wants to go next?
Who the fuck are you?
You're first? Cool. Okay, wait, no, let me guess. Your favorite contribution to black American culture was all the black guys who fucked your mom in the ass while you watched from the closet jerking off.
You never answered. Who are you?
I'm just the guy who's gonna fuck you so hard your asshole's gonna be dragging behind you like a tail.
Hold up.
Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's Newsstand, and we're going to talk about Peacemaker episode 4, and this show is a delight. This is everything I could possibly want from a DC Comics TV series, and I'm going to kind of, gush about it, so get ready. We also are going to talk about the Easter eggs. I think we'll go to those first before I get nonsensical and just nerd out about how cool this show is. And hopefully it let me put the little clip in the beginning. I love Vigilante, and it is clear that the kind of goofball personality type he is being shown is his fake persona. And we see him actually get to be a super badass in this. Everything about this, I am not kidding. Everything about this is good. So let's talk about the Easter eggs first. First, we get a little bit of a matter eater lad, and they talk about how he has eaten like a whole fast food restaurant, right? And that actually happened. He actually ate like a whole fast food restaurant. He was in the Legion of Superheroes, right? So I think it's pretty funny. Now, we also get something on the TV, whereas last time we had the kind of Alex Jones parody show. This time I thought maybe they were foreshadowing what was to come, but we see an escape of Charlie the Gorilla, another character that is actually from the comics that we've seen previously. And I think it was kind of those little Easter eggs he puts in. It shows that he actually is familiar with the source material, right? We do get to see the White Dragon's costume. Pretty comics, accurate. Obviously, we don't see it in motion because his father is still in jail, but at least we do get a glimpse at it. We get a little bit of Batman talk, right? I love this. I love the neighbor. He's such a silly side character, this old man, right? But he's so good about how he kind of has his discourse with Christopher, with Peacemaker, right? I love the fact that he's like, well, Batman doesn't kill. And then they go on that whole argument that we've had for years about if Batman would kill, would it end, the nonsensical cycle of putting somebody in a mental hospital and then going back and getting him out and then him killing again and stuff like the Joker. Is that blood on Batman's hand? And I really like how they put that in there. We also see this dashboard decoration, which really is something more of James Gunn and not of the comics. We've seen it on Rick Flag's shirt in the Suicide Squad. Also, we see some stuff about the atomic age of comics when Peacemaker is fighting Judomaster. And the atomic age of comics was basically like when we really saw sci-fi take, a huge stand in comics and become really big. We see him get a superhero landing. All of that is fun. Super awesome Easter eggs. Now let's actually get into this. But if you enjoy the show and you want to see breakdowns every single week of it, make sure you hit subscribe, hit like, leave me a comment down below, and let's just talk about it. Peacemaker is this dive into superheroism. that we've seen done before, but I don't think quite this well. This is becoming a very psychological thing where we see a little bit almost of Christopher's backstory towards the end and how his father treated him. A lot of this episode is going to talk about how bad Christopher's father, the White Dragon, was to him and what he actually made this kid do. And we do get a flashback of him, his first time he actually killed someone, his first time he saw his brother die. Now, there is a big, mysterious sense around what happened there because we do see him on the ground seizing, but we don't know who delivered the punch that created his brother to die. So I do think we'll get in the last half of this season a little bit more information on that. Now, last time I did a video on the first 3 episodes, I said I thought that the villain in this was the Reach, that they were controlling the butterflies, and we may get some sort of Blue Beetle type reference in here, or even Jaime Reyes showing up, or Ted Cord, or Grant, any of them, right? And I had a lot of people kind of push back to that idea, no, James Gunn clearly said that this was an original villain. This was something he made up. I'm going to call bullshit on that. Not being mean or anything, and maybe I will be wrong, but this just cements that belief, this whole episode, that we're looking at something like the Reach. Because we see these butterflies. We actually see one that Christopher, in the 3rd episode, came across. He told his teammates that he killed it, and he actually captured it. And we actually see a moment where Christopher is upset, and it almost seems like this butterfly is sympathetic. He has compassion for him. And we're kind of even having Judomaster saying they're not what you think. I am wondering if these butterflies are not nearly as villainous as we had originally thought, or it depends on who controls them. Because when we seen it in the 3rd episode with the senator and his family, there was something clearly up with them. Now, of course, I should have said this in the beginning, but spoilers, we found out that Myrn was a butterfly at the very last scene of this episode. And I think everybody was kind of like, yeah, I could have saw that coming. And I actually didn't until the second of it happening. But he was emotionless. He was monotone. He was kind of he seems a little robotic. Now, my question here is, he is the leader of this team. Is he going to try to stop, the team in itself from stopping the butterflies? Or is he actually part of this species of butterflies that doesn't need to be controlled and is actually good? Because if you remember the Reach, basically they deployed these scarabs, or these butterfly type things. They would collect data in order to take over those said Earth. So I'm still going. I'm still saying this isn't an original villain. This is definitely the Reach. Okay, not definitely, but that's just my theory. So let's move on to some of the other characters that I talked about. I love Peacemaker in this, but this episode was all about Vigilante. This episode made this character everything I wanted him to be. Oh my God. He is goofy and silly and fun. And I think that is part of his persona, because when we actually see him get to kick ass, he's very clever. He is awesome. And I really like that we get to see him being that type of character. And it kind of shows us that maybe there is more to him than what we thought, right? Originally, we just thought, oh God, what did they do to Vigilante, right? No, he is amazing. And I really like what they're doing with him as a character. We do get to see Leota kind of come into her own. We're starting to see the more villainous Amanda Waller side come out of her, right? But I really like Leota because you can tell that her heart is in the right place, but she even goes to the point of manipulating Vigilante into going into the prison system in order to kill, Christopher's father. But I really like Leota. I think she's a standout character in this. And there was a great conversation between her and Harcourt because she shot Judomaster. and she's, worrying. He's on his deathbed, basically. And she, Harcourt says it doesn't get easier with each kill. It doesn't get easier. And if it does, then that's when you become like Amanda Waller. Now, mind you, they don't know that Amanda Waller is her mother, but if you become that way, you forget that human life is worth something. And I thought that was a really good, window into their soul, right? A lot of this is them being really awesome and kicking ass and figuring out what's going on. But a lot of this is psychological because we see each character and what they're going through, the trust, the loyalty, not only that, but their demons. And I thought originally, and I'll say it 100 times, there was no way that Peacemaker was going to be able to be redeemed. How can you redeem a character that killed Rick Flag, a character we all liked? I don't know. They're doing it. They absolutely are. This episode was phenomenal. Again, I will praise the music. I don't know if it's just because I love old rock and roll music or what, but every song he uses it just enhances everything in this. I love seeing even the weird, John Cena smoking a bowl, getting high, with Eagly and the butterfly, just singing and moving around and, getting drunk and falling over. The music goes perfectly with every component of the show. Now, we didn't see too much from Economos this time. I mean, we did. His battle right now is really with Judomaster, but I don't know where that's going to lead. We're halfway through this season already, and it feels very fast-paced. This one kind of slowed it down a little bit, and we didn't get near as much, but we did get that side stuff with Vigilante, which just enhanced the whole show. So I'm curious where this is going to go from here. But honestly, I can't recommend a show more than this. I love shows like Umbrella Academy, like The Boys, like Doom Patrol, right? Stargirl. There are a lot of really great DC shows. And I'm going to venture to say this is the best. This is my favorite DC Comics property show so far. If you can top Doom Patrol, if you can top The Boys, even though maybe it's just because I haven't seen The Boys in a while, right? If you can top The Boys, though, you are doing something super special. And I think James Gunn knows he is with this, and I cannot wait to see the next show he comes out, right? He's doing another show. We just don't know what it is. Please, DCEU, you're a mess. Actually, take what you have, pay him what he wants, and make him your Kevin Feige. This is phenomenal. I can't say enough good. And if I just keep talking, I'll just keep saying how much I love this part or this part or this part. We even see Vigilante breakdown. Everything is psychological in this, and I fucking love it. Make sure you guys check out Peacemaker. We will talk about this a little bit more also on Sunday. And of course, when the whole season's over, I will probably do a whole stream dedicated to it. It is that fucking good. That is crazy, right? It is that good. I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.